Marauder Robotics, as presented by Dennis Yancey.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Dennis Yancey. I'm going to talk to you about kelp forests. Kelp forests are the foundation of fisheries, of healthy fisheries. They provide food and shelter for everything that's within, including creatures like sea urchins. Sea urchins eat kelp at a voracious pace, and if we don't have checks and balances, they'll consume everything in its path. Therefore, we need predators. Predators provide a way to provide balance in this ecosystem. Unfortunately, these predators are disappearing. They're disappearing because of overfishing or relocation. When these predators disappear, fisheries collapse. I want to let you take a moment and soak this in. There's nothing as far as the eye can see. When fisheries collapse, that impacts food security, that impacts how coasts generate oxygen, how oxygen is generated along the coast. I don't know about you, but I love eating and I love breathing. So how do we replace predators with alternatives? Some people are using divers as predators. They are highly inefficient and they are very expensive, and they can only cover an area of 2 acres per diver. So there are approximately 3.3 million acres that are impacted by urchin barrens. And if we use divers to approach this global problem, it's unsustainable. So we're going to focus primarily on California and Australia because we know regulators and early adopters, and they're actively developing pilot sites for us. The $52 billion represent, if California and Australia use divers to address this problem, it would cost that much to completely restore and maintain kelp forests. So who cares? States care because when fisheries collapse, that means it's harder to feed growing populations. Companies care because they use kelp as hydrocolloids or as food in their products. So this is where we show up. We are developing an artificially intelligent, autonomous underwater predator that can be deployed when and where they're needed. When we compare divers and the predator, we can deploy for a week instead of hours. We can, at depths of 120 feet versus 30 feet, we can reduce the cost of doing restorations by an order of magnitude, and we can expand the coverage area by 2 orders of magnitude. So our team consists of myself, Dr. Dennis Yancey. I'm a Stanford-trained chemical engineer with 20 years at early-stage startups, either as an early employee or as a co-founder. My partner, Trey McClung, is a Stanford-trained mechanical engineer, and he has the experience of building robots that mimic animals. We are lifelong friends. We've known each other since high school. Currently, we are developing or negotiating 3 pilot locations, 2 in Australia, 1 in the US. We are building our prototype, artificially intelligent prototype, which is the Marauder 1. We want to be able to test it in early 2019, and we want to deploy it to early customers by the end of next year. So we're looking to, we're going to need to do a capital raise in order to reach the next milestone, and we want to connect with people or organizations that want to back globally high impact, sustainable global technologies like this. If you're one of those people, I want to connect my people with your people. Thank you.